Okay. Round two here. Let's hope the replay works. I'm just gonna close another MTGO account, just in case that's getting more laggy. Okay. So we're playing against Einstein here. I have this guy in Jund, which is a very, I'd say it's like 60% for Phoenix. Pretty good. Like if they have the cat combo going, our Thingy Eyes can't really attack through that, which is a problem. But our Phoenixes still can. So let's check out our first hand. Okay. So this has no removal spell, but against them, like I don't really want to be like lightning axing a Gilded Goose on turn one. I'd rather just like shock it or whatever. So I don't think removal spells are that necessary as long as I have a main game plan that I'm going for, like the trespass. Ends up having the goose. We see an opt off of our opt. Decide to bottom it because I'm already like kind of constrained on mana with these cards, and I'd rather find like a Phoenix with a chart so that I can put some pressure into play. So axe is solid again. I don't think I end up axing the goose here. I just chart a course. Hitting a thing was actually really nice here. We play another goose, which is fine. A cat. We do have a lot of mana here. Yeah, so I jam thing in the ice. And I don't axe anything, because I don't really have anything good to discard here. And if they use both of their treasures, I can just axe whatever they play. Like, let's say they go land Korvold here, and I just axe their Korvold. They have to sack a permanent. It's very good for us. So they have the Fatal Push, which is a bit unfortunate, but attack here. Play a third Goose. So they don't have an oven here yet. Draw Iteration for the Trespass, so I just snap off Expressive here. Hit opt, consider, so I just probably take the two considers because they're better cards. I found a Flame Blast Bolt. So this can go ahead and deal with one of the geese if I'm scared of Bolas's Citadel, like land Citadel, and I have no answers. So I do take it, and this also brings back Phoenix because it is the third spell. Again for one. Yeah, they just play two more cats and say go, so I'm quite happy with that. Draw another consider. So I start with that as if I iteration into trespass, I don't have the 8 cards to start with trespass. I hit a Phoenix here, which is kind of insane. I graveyard it and hit another removal spell that's not a lightning axe, so I can actually go ahead and kill some geese here while bringing back my Phoenixes, and they're on 2 lands. Puzzles is fine. So I wonder if I lightning axe the other goose to just put them on 2 lands. And it looks like I'm not doing that. I needed to play the land out there. Yeah, I feel like if I do this, it's a little bit of a spew. Like, I don't know. It's hard to lose this game either way, but any buggers? Okay, looks like it's working. Yeah, so I let them have their goose. They'll go ahead and get in for 3 here. Deadly Dispute. So they're trying to find lands and they make a treasure. You find a land, and just pass it back. So he goes in, sacks of food for Revolt, I assume. And then I just take 2 turns here. Start with pieces. And this is just lethal. It's just 6. And then 6 next turn, yeah. Okay. Game 2. see if I can check how I sideboarded. Yeah, so they're a Go Blank deck. I boarded out 1 Trespass. I brought in the Jaces because they're very good against Go Blank strategy. Because it can just kind of take over the game by itself if it's your last card or whatever. Anger the Gods, like, obviously it would have been insane that game if they just have a bunch of guys, but it's pretty bad into the cat plan, and you're mainly losing, like, Corvold or even Citadel post-board, so Anger doesn't really deal with those. That's pretty much it. So he mulligans. This hand's great. I have 2 Aether Gusts in my deck as well for Corvold, Man Devil, such like that. The Jace is like pretty solid in this hand. I don't have any like hard removal, but if I can just, you know, kind of stabilize the board and jam a Jace turn 4, it's going to be pretty good. Iteration is a pretty bad draw. But you have a Thoughtseize, which just snaps up my Jace because my hand doesn't really do much else. Thing is a very nice draw. 4 mana here. They only have 2 cards, but this card's like a problem. So at this moment, I realize that they have 0 Go Blanks, or maybe like 1 or 2, and then like 3 or 4 of this card. So that makes my Jace strategy much worse because they can just attack it with this, which is ward, and it's very annoying, but so be it. Yeah, this card's one of the main reasons I'm playing 2 Fiery Impulse instead of Flame Blessed Bolt. We do draw the 1 of Flame Blessed Bolt, which is like okay here. I think I'm probably just killing the goose here. Like, you could say why not save it for these to try to combo and kill this, but then I have to discard like 2 cards as well. It's just really bad. So my plan here is to just flip the thing and try to beat this with it. So I'm feeling okay about this game, right? Like, he has 3 lands, 1 card in hand, about to be 2, and I have a thing on 2. So as long as he doesn't have like a Fatal Push, I have another answer for a Corvold or something. 2 attacks. I don't block because if he has like Mayhem Devil, then he can like sack the Mayhem Devil to the Witch's Oven to do the 4th damage. Ends up having a cat. I draw Phoenix. Yeah, so it's interesting here, right? I can double iteration to like flip my thing or whatever, but that's just quite bad because he can just get back his cat and block and get it back again. So I think I just end up going for a Phoenix here and holding it. Am I attacking really? Oh, interesting. Okay, I think I'm playing a bit too much to win here. I'm not sure. Maybe I was supposed to hold it back to try to just like block this, like, so it can't really attack and get the trigger. But let's see. He ends up gaining 3 life with his food. So I do block it this time. I need to preserve life. I'm at 12. Yeah, it's a cat combo going, right? Means I'm not having the Man Devil, which is pretty nice. But he draws Fatal Push, so that is quite annoying. I'm pretty sure this is a top deck, or else he would have cast it last turn with his cat. Draw Consider, which is pretty good, so I'm going to iteration Consider here. I take another thing. And I don't take the land. If I take the land, it's a shock land, right? So I can go to 10 here, cast a thing. The problem is this is already a 4/4, so like, you know, I'd have to chump with Phoenix or something, and I don't know. I didn't have the pieces, so I wasn't guaranteed to get the Phoenix back the next turn or whatever. So he draws Dispute, which is a pretty good draw there. But I did cast 2 spells, so I can go ahead and block this, which is really interesting that he just attacked into that, but who knows. And I think he exiled a thing instead of a galvanic iteration just because he wanted to drain me for one. So I'm not sure if that was correct by him, but... So I play the thing, and I think it's just a haul go. Like, with the treasure, he could easily just have Corvold, and I need to hold up this Gust. And then try to pieces into, like, another Gust or a Lightning Axe. There's a push and one unknown. So he does get the cat back. A little greedy by him if I have, like, a exile spell, but... I think it's reasonable. He's trying to kill me right. I'm at 8. Goes a land. He has a Corvold, so this is a problem, right? He's gonna just cast it again next turn, and I'm nowhere near killing him with like any of this stuff, so I have to just pieces and hope. So I go for iteration pieces because I only have one Gust left in the deck for just the regular pieces. So I think my plan is to let the Corvold go and then try to like turn spell him. I could just be wrong there, but I hit a Lightning Axe. I do find the turn spell. Lightning Axe wouldn't have mattered anyway if I could hold it up because he has the oven and stuff to make it a 6/6 before. And I'm kind of just like dying here. I don't really have a plan. I need like a thing in the ice. So I go ahead and take 2 turns here with the Galvan iteration, then I flashback. So I have a plan here, right? Like, I can win this game, but I need to draw very well. My hand's just 3 cantrips. So I Galvan iteration into consider here, I believe. Oh no, I'm Lightning Axing the Corvold twice. Okay, here we go. What is happening? Did I not discard the Phoenix? I'm really confused. I think the replay might be bugging again. Like, I definitely did discard the Phoenix to my axe, right? Alright, I think we're just gonna move on to game 3. But what ends up happening here is, I'm at 4 life with cat combo going. I end up getting, like, a huge board with, like, Hall and, like, 3 Phoenixes. I can put him to, like, 2 life at the end of the game, but he ends up having, enough food with the second cat to get them both back. And I lose exactly at 0 life. But game 3 is really interesting here, so let's check that out. So on the play, I have 7 minutes, pretty fine. This sounds pretty good. Like, 2 axes is a bit awkward because, like, I'm on the play, I don't really have cards to spew, but I put it in tapped because I'm never killing a goose. Chart here. Get more lands, which is pretty unfortunate, but it's just the start of the game, so anything could happen. Yeah, so he has the Trespasser, so I'm like, holy shit, like, that's so good, right? Because if I axe, I have to, like, discard 2 other cards. It's just really bad. Yeah, so iteration here. I need to find stuff. I do find some stuff. So I end up just biting the bullet here and Lightning Axing this Trespasser because I have the Jace, right? So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna 3-for-1 myself, whatever. Try to slam Jace next turn. He already used his food, so he's 2 mana, right? If he, you know, I'm just hoping he doesn't have like another one of these or whatever. And if he has Go Blank, then I just discard these 2 and I hope the Jace goes all the way. He does have Go Blank here. Yeah, so this should show the true power of this card in the matchup. So I instantly hit a Treasure Cruise, which is very nice. And he passes. So, like, he doesn't run Collected Company. I'm like, what is going on here? Maybe he's baking a food and trying to deadly dispute something, but pretty happy about this. So yeah, I'll always start with the Jace. I hit Impulse, which is actually pretty solid because this goose can be annoying. And I think I make a really bad mistake here. Let's just see if the replay's gonna work. Okay, so he makes a food here. Now, it's my priority again. I have to decide if I want to kill this goose or not. And the problem with not killing it is... Well, the problem with killing it is, like... He has 4 cards. I don't know. Maybe he has another Trespasser, like... And then my Jace is going to die somehow. But if I... And I already know he has, like, 4 or 5 mana, so I'm like, okay, I don't really want to kill this. He can also easily have Dispute here. But if I don't kill it, let's see what happens. Oh, I do kill it, okay. So I think I'm playing around Bolas' Citadel here, because if he has land, plus Goose at 6 mana, and then I kind of lose, like 21 cards, 21 life is no match for my Jace. So he does have the Dispute here. And the land, and I think he just jams a Citadel. I'm like, please be a Corvold, and then I can Gust and Treasure Cruise, but it is... unfortunately a Citadel. So he goes oven, go blank, and I'm just like, oh shit, I'm dead, right? I just hold on to the cruise for dear life with my Jace. Considers a fine draw. Like, I'm drawing like fine spells, but it's just like, he's at 14 life and he has food, he has, as soon as he hits a cat, it's like really fucked, right? So I'm just casting some cantrips. I take another Opt. Shock. I'm just hard casting this for the 8 mana before playing the Opt because I want to like try to get like a Phoenix turn next. Because I need to apply pressure. That's the only way I'm beating this Citadel. So I find 3 spells, which I guess we'll take. So that's huge, right? He just blind flips a Citadel. I don't know what the rest of his 5 cards are, because that's like a... I don't know if you're supposed to make that play there, but he wants to keep going, obviously, which is fair. Trespasser is quite annoying, but he's at 5 life now, right? He's at 6 because it gains him. And then he Thoughtseizes is down to 3. He was just at 21 last turn, so that just shows how much value he's gotten so far, but... Yeah, so Devil, and he doesn't have Cat, so if he has Cat ever, like, I just die. I just lose this game. He's also at 6 permanents now for the Citadel, so 4 more, and I just die to the Devil plus the thing. So I start with Jacing again. No Phoenixes. I hit a thing in the ice, which can actually be very strong. Fidget with my mana a bit here, and decided just Pieces, because I think Thing in the Ice is way too slow. I'm not going to flip it this turn. If I don't find anything really good off... So this is my turn to just find, like, double Phoenix, cast, kill you. Or else I think I'm just dead, so I think this is a good play. So I find 1 spell and no Phoenixes, and I'm just like, okay, game's over. Cast a Thing as a blocker, I guess. And give some outs to, like, Fatal Push this now and attack my Chase or whatnot. So they gain 3 here, which is nice with the Citadel, and they ping the Jace to keep it off the -8. Yeah, so they start off with paying a life for Fatal Push, and Deadly Disputing away an Oven, and it was like, I'm fucking dead, right? Goose. Crack a food. Corvold down to 1. And now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 more permanents and I lose. They go to combat, attack me for both, and I'm just like, okay, I'm probably dying this turn. If they have the Cat, I think they might have lethal here. They can find a way. They Fatal Push their Corvold just to clear the top, I guess. They're at 1 life. They cast another Oven. So now I am, yes, dead to a Cat. And they're drawing cards. They're just trying to find it. Sack the Goose. They're at 7 permanents again. They crack the food. They cast another Goose, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, like, maybe here they could have sacked Corvold instead of the Trespasser and gotten 2 foods instead of 1 and been at 10 permanents. I'm not exactly sure if that was the right play for them, because then they wouldn't have had this engine or whatever online. But as you can see, it's 1 to 2 life here, and they have a land, and they just pass the turn. I'm like, holy shit, this is huge, right? I have to pull together something here. So I draw Phoenix. I'm at 16 cards, right? So Phoenix doesn't let's see. So I could Phoenix, because they have 2 flying blockers, right? So I can't just Phoenix Bolt. And I'm trying to hit another Phoenix here off the Jays. And I ripped the turn spell. I'm like, holy shit. So I have an iteration which I keep for the extra turn. I opt. I'm basically just casting random stuff. I bolt. I trespass. And the time is like 3 to 2 minutes right now, so it's like really intense. I hit another iteration, and I just Galv iteration into Expressive, and then Jace ult myself and win. Which is a pretty sick way to end this game. I hit 2 more Phoenixes, but I don't even have a discard outlet, so I don't know if those are getting there. Yeah. And that's how the game ends. So he whiffed on Cauldron's Familiar and like 35 cards, which is just insanely lucky, and I ended at 2. So yeah, that's just a way the game can end in this matchup, I guess.